care what you come here and say. You are not a South African. We allowed you to be a South African. And these are the people who make the largest noise. And those are the people who will actually claim sometimes that they were independent. Because let me tell you what they have that we didn't have in South Africa. I'm talking about people who live from Equmbu or in the Siskai somewhere and say, I'm going to South Africa, but it's the same province today. You know, those are the people who will actually say, you know what, this is what they had, which we didn't have. They would have cinemas, right? The gambling areas. I remember we used to travel from South Africa to them, but you would need a permit to get there. Exactly the same way like passports, right? Because we were South Africans. You wouldn't be able to. Even my mother, if my mother had to come and visit my father, my mom needed to contact the municipality and be stamped, get a permit to be there. And should she dare? Exactly. They were using dumb passes all over. Should she dare overstay there, she was going to be arrested and be taken to number 4, which was the female prison. Now there's a constitutional court there. Where the constitutional court is, there was a prison there. People who didn't have their dumb passes, they would sleep there. So guys, there's nothing fancy about apartheid. I refuse, guys, especially us people who experienced it. We used to catch a taxi from Soweto. I'm from Snawane. The late, who's this guy from City Press? Now, I've forgotten him, but I'll remember. The journalist who was active. I'm talking about active people before being active was even in fashion. You know, these are the real struggle people. So this guy, I've forgotten his name. But Ukoboza, yes, Koboza. Koboza, go and Google Ukoboza. Those were people who were involved in struggle. So I was born in Snawane, and we used to pass Koboza, yes, Pums. We used to take a taxi, get to Soweto. Get to the town, and you will see those maroon buses there. We couldn't even access them because they were only for Europeans. And I don't know now, when did white people became South Africans or Africans, because they've always been Europeans. Their bus was written Europeans only. Now that it favors them, they are Africans. So guys, please, there is nothing fancy about apartheid.
Sis Lumga, so what I was saying...
Undumi wrote on the comment section that's hogwash. We weren't even allowed to study maths and science. We weren't allowed to study maths and science. The same thing I was saying. And you are saying that during apartheid you could be doctors.
Let me tell you what we were reading. We were reading someone who has dreads and someone who's white. And we will read in my language, this is Nomsa. Nomsa is ugly. Nomsa is dirty. Nomsa doesn't comb her hair. Guys. And then Upeni and Betty, they will be in a very beautiful environment. With Zoo Lake. Zoo Lake, we couldn't even be accepted for that matter. We couldn't. Guys, there is nothing beautiful about apartheid, guys. And parallel to that, our people were being unalived by Israel and these Boers. They were, because there was an embargo at some point by the United Nations, right? But guess who supported the arms to the South African Boers? It was the Israel. And today they are living comfortably in Cape Town. That is why we are mad. We are not just mad. We are not just mad, let alone go to the first case of HIV, which we know that they implanted in South Africa, was paraded. A young boy, Nkosi Johnson, paraded. You know, when you're positive, everything is just difficult. That child was dying, but he had to face the world, entertain white people. Why don't they take their blue-eyed child who are dying each and every day of leukemia, cancer and everything and parade them in their sick state so that we can see how cancer is? Guys, we are traumatized. We are so traumatized. That is why it hurts so much. It's not even about the Nigerians or anything. It hurts so much that you, youth of today, you've got so much power, but you're not using the power where you're supposed to use it for. You're busy running after your black people. When you're big, we are gonna die. And you're allowing your country to be colonized like that. Why don't you attack such? I-blood pressure yamasimba when I NM. I-blood pressure yamasimba. It shows good you've got no backbone whatsoever. You are just a dog who's you know, you don't know whether you're going or coming. So please stay in the US and leave us alone, because we stayed at home when you decided to run. We stayed in South Africa. Because you know why? We are concerned about our children. And let me tell you, they wanted to eradicate all of us. They wanted to eradicate. The 70s was supposed to have been dead so that we don't come back and tell you guys these things. That is why they brought AIDS. That is why they brought AIDS. But we survived. We survived. So please, guys, don't ever say apartheid was better, because there was nothing good there. People were being unalived non-stop. They were being, and I can tell you now, to those who think that Mandela,
sorry
no one could even go and
interject you, Ma'am Lunka.
I just want the white people right now. Those people, they faced white people when it was hard to even sing Unkosi Sigeleli Africa. So please, don't say Mandela, they sold us out. They started this journey.
That Lunka finish.
Take over the banner.
Let her finish. Let her finish. She needs to finish. She needs to vent. Let her finish.
Okay. Go ahead.
So honestly, guys, honestly, it is fine. Then just know, Guti, it's on you. If at all you're gonna make a laughing stock of what is happening right now, it is on you. It is on you.
Ma'am Lunka, I want to ask, why do you think there's that disconnect though from, why don't they feel your pain in the same way?
It is our fault, Yomi. We spoiled our kids because of where we're coming from. We spoiled them. We thought we were deceived. Therefore, we saw no need to educate our children, because we thought we are done. We are done with this nonsense. You know, in 1994, when we voted, we thought that we were genuinely voting for liberty. You know, economically, we are more and more excluded. And it's not going to help. And we kept on hoping that land at least will come back. If at all there was land, there wouldn't be such unemployment. There wouldn't be. Because people would know how to work the land and reap out of it. And people will soon realize that you don't even need to really get a degree. You know, it will be optional. Just exactly. Afrikaners are actually living our lives. They were actually living, you know, what a black person in this country should be living. Because we had these cows, we had Nguni cows. People we were working the land even before they were here. So they stole, they didn't only steal the name of the people who are supposed to be called Afrikaners, Africans, you know, they stole so much from us. They stole so much from us. And now, we fight over, you know, oh my goodness, nothing that is gonna take us to the future, you know, because what are you saying? Are you saying it's okay for the wealth to be where it is? Let's just chill. Everything is fine. People are just, you know, they are acting out. There's no big deal. It is a big deal, guys.
Mamluka, can I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
I just want to know, do you think that the government now is aiding the youth into fighting for these things that we should be having? And that's the point that I was trying to get to. For example, I don't believe in this whole grant system. And I know a lot of people are going to come after me for saying that. I would rather, because let's be realistic, in South Africa's economy, 350 isn't getting